Hey, my name's Barry. This is my bed. I'm extra neurospicy. I'm on meds. One major side effect is chronic bed rot. So I binge a lot of true crime and reality TV. I don't really have any friends, so I was hoping to come to YouTube to find my fellow bed rotters to talk about trash TV with. This week, I binged Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup Season 1 and 2 in like 3 days. I noticed a lot of jabs that production was making at Gypsy. I don't think they like her. Right now, I'm just like mainly recapping Season 1 and pointing out things that I started to notice in Season 1 because I think that that's when they started to not like her. I didn't watch the show when it was airing. I just watched it. So I was not into the whole TikTok and the behind the scenes stuff that was going on when it was airing. So I just kind of wanted to go over a couple of the things that were happening on TikTok or like social media before episode 5 aired. So as episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4 that I've already recapped, this is what was going on social media. Okay, so we basically, before the show even aired, we already knew that Gypsy was back with Ken. They were going live together a lot, together in the same room, or him from Texas and her from Cut Off. But they're like on the same screen talking to each other like they're on the phone, and then just letting everybody live watch them. And then in one of the lives, she revealed that Ken had texted her and said that he missed her, and Ryan goes live and he's talking about all the stuff. So it's basically just a lot of back and forth live banter that continues on and still comes up in season 2. Oh, and one thing I noticed about one of the lives they did when they were together in the same room, someone asked if they were in love or something like that. She said that they've been in love for a really long time, and he just like busts up laughing and like removes himself off screen. It was definitely before episode 5 came out that she did her YouTube video and revealed that she was pregnant. So coming up to what we're going to recap from here on out, everybody knows Gypsy's pregnant. We don't know who the dad is.
It absolutely is hard for Ryan. He's my husband. Ryan feels like Ken is possibly a threat.
We're on season 1, episode 5. The episode starts out with Ryan and Gypsy still talking about Ken because they ended the last episode where she had just revealed Ken reached out to Christy. They're from the hangover of that. Ryan's in denial.
She's never gonna want it. I feel like it. I don't think she's gonna do that to me.
We are like bringing a new addition and a fur baby into our life that makes us a little closer.
That's like the whole concept where someone thinks that their relationship can be saved if they then have a baby. She's kind of doing that with a dog, in which we now know they were trying to have a baby, but it cuts then to Rod and Christy. Ryan snitched and texted Rod and said, "Hey, your wife's interfering in my marriage."
Ryan called you.
Text me. Felt like you were stepping inside the circle or whatever, and I agreed with.
Christy tries to defend herself by saying that she's friends with all her exes. Rod says, "I thought when they broke up, that was the last I'd ever hear of Ken. He's trying to worm his way back in."
You know, he chose not to be with her anymore. I don't know, I feel like he's trying to worm his way back in.
And I love that Rod calls her out and says, if anything happens from this, it's your fault for opening that door. Rod also told Christy that she should have told Ken, "I'm not telling Gypsy none of this. I'm not relaying no messages." And then Christy's in an interview with production and she's like, "Well, I'm going to tell her because I'm not her mom. I'm not like her mom. I'm not going to keep stuff from her." So going against what the parent of Gypsy says. Rod says, he's like, "I just don't want Christy or me to be to blame if something comes of this." Christy also said that they went on a podcast and that Ken needs to get his story out because they were dogging him. I was just like, I just want him to want her to be happy and just stay away.
For her to be happy and move on from it and have that closure, just stay quiet, stay away, and give her and Ryan the best chance.
Ryan and Gypsy are in the car on the way to get their dog, and he's trying to read her messages while he's driving. "Who are you texting?" She's like, "I'm just texting my sister."
I'm just texting my sister, honey.
Interesting that he just believes anything she says. "Do you have any want or desire to text what's his face?" And she goes, "He has a name." Before they were using code words. And she called him KU. And so now he's using a code word, and now all of a sudden he has a fucking name.
Any desire from you to reach out to what's his face?
You can say what's his face's name.
To Ken?
No.
No desire whatsoever.
All right, now they got their dog. They got Pixie. Little looks like a Shih Tzu, but it's like a Shih Tzu mix thing.
Something to kind of bring us closer together.
She reiterates again that she thinks that getting a dog is going to save their marriage. Next, we're in the car again. Ryan is driving Gypsy to go hang out with her sister Mia, I guess. She says something really awkward, which I thought was weird. She wore leggings because she knew her sister would want to wear leggings and show off her body. And she talks about how her sister has a more athletic body, and then she's got that
I got that stripper body.
I thought that was interesting to share those internal thoughts of, but then she just like shared that with the world, not just her husband. Ryan says that he wishes he could go, but she says it's just girl stuff.
Wish I was going to hang out with you.
Well, we're just gonna be doing some girl stuff, so.
Don't worry why I'm dressed in leggings. Because I don't let her talk shit on me.
She's not gonna talk about you.
Yeah.
All she said was that sometimes she likes you, sometimes she's iffy about you.
But then they instantly start talking shit. And the person who initiates it is Gypsy, not Mia.
You remember how everybody was like, yeah, you don't know someone until you live with them? I'm learning that.
Getting her first pedicure, starts talking about how she doesn't like that he snores. I always thought that was weird on Love is Blind when people ask if they snore. Is that really a big deal? That's a big deal. I'm a heavy sleeper, so maybe in like true crime when somebody sleeps through a murder in a house or something like that, and people are always like, how can you sleep through that? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, starts complaining that he clutters a lot. But I'm telling you, I didn't see any clutter in that house.
I'm not gonna say he's a hoarder, but there's a lot of clutter.
But Mia doesn't really say anything bad about Ryan at all. Christy and Ryan are not good right now. She says she doesn't know why Christy did that. Had a 2-hour-long conversation with Ken about Gypsy and Ken's relationship.
A little bit weird between Ryan and Christy lately.
Why? Because of Ken?
Yes. So
I knew that was gonna happen. I don't know why she did that.
Christy says she started crying and it like stirred up all these feelings. Christy said he made the ultimate sacrifice by letting her go.
she's like, he made the ultimate sacrifice that he let you go. And then that got me crying. I'm like, I loved him so much.
Mia doesn't believe this shit. Your face. Not only does he regret leaving me, but he's single too. This is a big deal. Like, it's huge that he's single. Gypsy told Ryan all of this, and Ryan is basically like, well, then leave. Why don't you go be with him? And Mia asks, well, have you thought about it? She's like, no. That didn't sound very convincing, and she calls her out on it because she has. She thinks that marrying Ryan changed her fate.
I love Ryan, and I love our life together. A part of me wonders, getting married in prison, did I change the course of my fate?
And Mia are in the car, and she asks if she had her first gynecologist appointment. Gypsy basically just blurts out that the sucky part is, I've never even had an orgasm before.
Sucky part is, I still haven't orgasmed.
Mia tried so hard to not laugh.
I've never orgasmed with a partner.
This conversation is so wild to me to have on TV. The funny part to me is that while this conversation is going on, Ryan had just jellied her donut. Mia's like, Gypsy! Production cuts to Rod, like, on some random day fishing. He's saying that she's making 17, 18-year-old decisions.
She's 30 years old. She's making 17, 18-year-old person type decisions.
And it cuts back to Mia, and she's like, Gypsy, you can't be pregnant right now. I feel like that's just production's little jab at Gypsy. I thought that was funny. She suggests plan B. Poor Mia, like, so worried about Gypsy and her chaotic life, and she's just over there laughing about it.
He did it again last month?
Gypsy! It may have been one time that it was an accident, but it didn't result in anything.
And Mia's having to basically teach Gypsy how getting pregnant works. Last month on accident, and it didn't happen, so it wouldn't happen this month. And she's like, that's not how it works, though. She reminds her that if she's pregnant, she can't have her rhinoplasty or whatever it is, her nose surgery. And then she's like, oh, maybe that we should stop and get plan B then. Like, her mood completely changes. It's not like funny, jokey game. She might be pregnant. Ha ha ha. As soon as she finds out she can't get her nose done, game over.
Well, I told Mia about, a few nights ago's event.
Here, she makes a FaceTime call to Ryan. And she makes a lot of FaceTime calls. And as someone who never used a cell phone before, that's weird because that's weird. I'm not somebody who uses my cell phone a lot, and I find like FaceTiming wouldn't be my go-to all the time. He says, do whatever you need to do. She's like, you don't have anything else to say? She gets off the phone and says he's mad at her, and she can tell, but she's like laughing as she says it. She thinks it's funny getting people all riled up. She really does.
He's so mad.
He's mad?
I can just tell he's not happy.
She really gets joy from freaking people out. She complains about the one pill being $40, and in my state, they're like $65 or something after tax. Okay, so she gets home with Ryan. Cameras are gone, production is gone, and they get into a fight, which rightfully so, Ryan is mad because he shared this information. She shared this information to the world on camera.
This is Ryan flipping out because I told my sister about
No, you
our
told the world
difficulties.
about it. Not your sister, the world.
Well, I didn't think about that it was,
you
you're a
gotta think about
teacher
that.
and things like that.
I asked, why are you filming this? Like, this is so weird. She's like, this is real world shit.
Like, I don't know why you gotta film this.
Because this is real life.
And you're the one that just said, I'm tired of you're filming an argument.
He really emphasizes on that this could have been done in private, but she's like on this narrative that she wasn't allowed to share this with her sister. He's like, I don't care if you could have called her later, but you did this on camera and shared it with the world, not just your sister. So she starts milking the mom stuff, like my mom told me I wasn't allowed to tell my dad, Christy, or my family stuff.
What I'm feeling right now is the same way that my mom made me feel whenever I would talk to people.
She's really milking the childhood stuff. He's very understanding of it because he works with special needs kids, so it makes sense how he would be an empathetic person.
I'm just saying you're mad at me because I can fight it.
She says she needs to take back control. Red flags, red flags.
I used to be with my mom. I felt powerless. My reaction is to take back control.
Next, they cut to Dallas, Texas. Guess who's here? Ken Urker. KU. What's his face? Ken's all hyped up to get on camera. He's got a big old smile on his face and kind of got this angst. When he's sitting in the interview, he's bouncy and like touching the stuff all around him. He's just so excited to be there. Production went there, so that means he contacted them, or he told Christy or Gypsy, and they told production that he wanted to do his first ever interview or whatever. He just wants to share his side of the story, that's all. I love how he said that he didn't want to be a part of the circus, and production goes, well, it's a super circus now.
I didn't want to play a part in the media circus.
It's a super circus now.
It is.
She's blown up more than I ever thought she could, wanted her to. He caught himself. Brings up how they bonded over husky. He wanted a husky named Balto, and she liked that because she's always wanted a husky too. Production asks him, why now? Why do you want to talk now? Now that I'm more separated from her than ever, I feel like it's important for me to share my thoughts and opinions on her, the time that we spent together. Everything will unfold as it should. And he gives this like smarmy little smirk. That's where the episode ends, actually. So if you're still here, thank you for watching. I've got like 30 of you, I think, that are kind of repetitively watching. You're cool, awesome. Like, comment, share, whatever, subscribe, so that way other people will see it and we can get our bed rotters together, and we can talk about our favorite trash reality shows. Especially the ones like this that claim they're a documentary. All right, so come back for season 1, episode 6, and then we can hurry up and finish up season 1 and get to season 2, and then the perfect match. I'm so excited for perfect match on Netflix. All right, fellow humans.